called the operator up and I said, operator, please connect me to a node test company. He said, sure, one moment, sir. And then I told his number, and I got right up on Fred's line. I said, hi Fred, I'm up. Great. And then that way I was still able to participate in the conference because my particular incoming line to the 211 conference had already been knocked down.
So, I guess the phone company read the Esquire article. They probably want crackers and said...
in a very good way.
Yeah, I can imagine. In other words, you were a bunch of...
That would be the understatement here.
You were like a gnat on Bell's butt, so to speak.
Yeah.
Until the Esquire article. Now, and then the confirming tone, and then all of a sudden the whole country had it. So the phone company went crackers. I'm sure they called the FBI and said, we're in deep doo-doo here. If this gets out, we're ruined. We've got to get these guys.
Well,
or something like that.
As far as I could tell, what happened next, the phone company basically contacted the Justice Department and the FBI to set up grand jury investigations in about 10 different cities all over the country. The purpose of the grand jury investigation were to subpoena these kids who they were able to trace back to quite a few people's phone lines who were on the 211 conference. They then subpoenaed these people to testify before a grand jury.
How old were these? How old were you then?
Oh, I was still in my mid-30s.
You were in your mid-30s, but a lot of
these kids were in their 17, 16 years.
Typical at their age.
Correct, yeah. And so a lot of these kids got visited by the FBI, who then said, you are a subpoena. And they were then forced to testify before a grand jury, who then asked them a lot of questions about who they knew, and of course my name came up.
Captain Crunch, the name Captain Crunch, was repeated probably in several grand juries at once.
Yeah.
So then the Justice Department, I guess,
was building a case.
Was building a case. Still, though, they have not walked in on it.
No.
Right.
But during that time,
did you know? I mean,
from that point on, I didn't do anything from home. I was very careful.
Oh, I see. So, where would you go? To friends' houses? Or to phone booths?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it from home. I wouldn't do it from a place where it was easy to trace.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be afraid that if, like, you went to a friend's house, they would trace the number to there? And, the FBI walking in on you is a very unpleasant experience. And you tend to talk. So if they walked in on a friend of yours, suicidal thinking here.
Well, that's what happened. They did talk, and that's why I got indicted.
I see. So somebody, you don't have to give me a name, but somebody gave you up, or several people gave you up?
Yeah, I might say that.
It's good.
So it's the phone back.
So you were living in the Bay Area, right, San Fran?
Yeah, down in the Los Angeles area,
actually. And so they finally, I guess, got a warrant for you, grand jury indictment, or what?
Yeah, so in May 1972, I was kicked out just as I was coming home from college.
And what did they do? Did they arrest you on the spot, or did
they? Just I was getting out of my car, they swarmed all over me, and they dragged me into they took me down to the magistrate's office.
Well, they needed physical evidence. Did they have a search warrant go in and...
Oh, yeah, they went to our place, and they found all my devices.
Well, what did you do? Did you say, it's not me, I don't have any idea how those damn things got there. Somebody must have come in the middle of the night and left them in my apartment.
Well, after I contacted the attorney, I was able to say nothing.
Good advice. So you shut your mouth?
Pretty much.
And so then they sat you down and sweated you a little, didn't they?
No, they took me down to the Santa Clara County holding pen, and when the magistrate saw me, basically released me on my own recovery.
Was that a good idea?
Well, I wasn't really a flight risk.
So in other words, you didn't run away. That's what I'm saying. You remained around. So you got released. All right, look, we're at the bottom of the hour. That's where we'll break and come back and resume Captain Crunch's story. John Draper, a.k.a. Captain Crunch, the man who has his own company for some time by the throat. He is a legend, and he'll be back. This is CBC.
Stay tuned for more with telephone hacker Captain Crunch on this encore presentation of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell.
Hi, this is Art Bell. You know, I knew what was coming next. I don't think it would be nearly so much fun. I do a program called Coast to Coast AM. It's right here throughout the nighttime, the late night hours. So if you can't sleep, or you don't want to sleep, or you just would like to join us for sort of an all-night party, be here.
CBC, Chancellor Broadcasting Company, in the strange and unusual in Greenland with Art Bell.
What do we discuss on Greenland? Two fascinating areas. Is there life after death, and are we alone in the universe? Two ultimate questions mankind's been trying to answer for thousands of years. We'll be talking about it this week, right here on Greenland.
This is Roger Fettinger, radio regular guy, expert pundit, and know-it-all, making a serious mistake underestimating the radio guys and gals in America today. If you enjoy lessons in humor and wild person issues, then of course join me, Roger Fettinger, radio's regular guy, and that town called you every girl. You got a man to call, big bad deal. I want to tell you, he's your welcome.
Americans increasing interest in alternative medicine is the basis of my Talk Radio Network program. Hello, I'm Deborah Ray, host of Here's to Your Health, which brings you the latest information on research, books, and products related to natural health. And you always have the opportunity to call with your questions and comments. Here's to Your Health is heard right here on the Talk Radio Network.
What's the fastest way to get your federal income tax refund? Don't mail in your tax return. Phone it in with telephone from the IRS. Last year, millions of people filed their taxes with a free phone call and a touch-tone phone. Filing your taxes doesn't get any easier. If you receive a telephone booklet in the mail, check to see if you qualify. Then pick up your phone, punch in your numbers, and your taxes are filed. Telephone from the IRS. It's free, it's fast, it works.
The present is the key to the past and the future. Change the way you act today, and you will change the income tax the way you have learned to deal with stress. How to conquer negative emotions. 1595 at your local bookstore. For 6 million Americans, losing their vision chronic diseases like retinitis pigmentosa and macular degeneration. Sight isn't just a wish, it's a dream. And the number of those going blind increasing daily, with millions more at risk.
Denmark has a list of
Unfortunately, since 1971, the Foundation Funded Blindness has been working on a cure. In fact, their research may just save your sight or that of your loved ones.
Look, Mommy, another star.
For information on retinitis pigmentosa, macular degeneration, and other retinal degenerative diseases, call 1-800-394-8280.
Yes,
The Foundation Fighting Blindness, 1-800-394-8280. Because it takes vision to find a cure. For the Dave Dawson Show, it's Heather Corning. Hello, I'm Dave Dawson. Yes, this is Dave Dawson. I'm a friend. I'm supposed to be a landlord. I'm not doing the social change. I'm a curious onlooker. Somebody on privacy and disarming and plugs. Social plan is oh, I almost forgot. I'm a host of a radio talk show called All Things. The Dave Dawson Show. Dave Dawson, right here on the Talk Radio Network station.
tonight, while Art spends a few more days in the warm sun of Mexico, Chancellor Broadcasting Company presents the Best of Art Out. Tonight, we take you back to last summer, July 29th, to Art's 5-hour interview with longtime telephone hacker, Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch has done time for his best of phone service, and he tapped some high-tech trunk lines at the phone company. Look for Art to return to the airwaves live with Tuesday night, Wednesday night. So here it is, 5 hours with Captain Crunch. That's tonight, Thursday night, Friday morning on this, the Best of Art Bell.
Wait, are you overweight and you live full water? Well, we can do something about that. Fiber is a remarkable substance that sweeps fat out of the digestion tract like a flame. And we've got a revolutionary fiber. It's called Hypercin. It's a natural fiber that comes from not gelatin. Not only does it sweep fat, but it absorbs 10 times more fat than any other fiber. You can get it in a formula called Kyto Slim. It's very effective because you can lose weight doing this without changing what you eat. No stimulant, it's gentle and effective. Here's the offer. It's a guarantee, actually. You order a 90-day supply of Kyto Slim. You get an antioxidant moisturizing cream free. Call 1-800-557-4627. That number again is 1-800-557-4627. Remember, if you don't lose the weight to get the money back, you can keep it free. Now, Vice President Al Gore has said, rightfully, that telecommunications is by all odds the most important lucrative marketplace of the 21st century. Well, it certainly is. And SMR is what they're developing, specialized mobile radio, kind of like cellular. Except you get a greater distance, you get more reliability, you have more commercial applications, and it's about half the time. You know what happens to tell you. Imagine what will happen. Already built, frankly, in most of the countries, New York, LA, Houston, Boston, Detroit, Florida. And the final site is being licensed now to investors. Sure, there is some risk. This is why it is called the investment not guaranteed. But they invite you to find out how a minimum $87 investment can return to you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 or more plus a yearly.
Hey, Reset! Welcome to the train.
Write the number down that I'm going to give you. Better yet, call it now. 1-800-444-1049. They will dispatch to you after a couple of questions. A free video and all the information you need to make the right choice. It's 1-800-444-1049. Well, all right, back now to Captain Crunch. And here he was in the not-so-gentle hands, no doubt, of the FBI. And they had you in custody. They had you in Toki, in fact, right?
Right.
So, what happened?
So, well, I stayed in a holding tank about 4 hours.
Yeah. Bad
Then I got to see the magistrate in the morning,
Yeah.
and the magistrate released me
On your
on
own.
OR.
Right.
Then I went and contacted my attorney. I managed to evade the press. There was a couple of reporters there, as I recall. I think John Carroll from the San Jose Mercury was there.
This was a big story. As a matter of fact, Captain, it broke nationally, really, didn't it?
Yeah, it was in the news. It was quite newsworthy at the point. What happened was, I believe he actually, as I recall, I believe one of the reporters actually gave me a ride home.
Oh, really? No doubt, the goodness of his heart and desiring an interview. Did you give him an interview on the way home?
I told him that I was really not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I only showed them the arrest warrant and the police report that I was handed, which was public information knowledge anyway. I mean, it could have gotten it. And I found out later that it was okay to do. I went to my attorney's place to prepare the case, and they basically had.
What did he say to you? Did he say, "Hey, John, you're screwed"?
No, he didn't. He said he was very methodical and very businesslike. He said, well, let's see what they got.
Yeah.
So they went through the discovery process, and they discovered that they had some of my equipment, and it was illegal in possession.
They had you on possession
Yeah,
of their toolbox,
of the equipment.
of the equipment. How much equipment did you have? Yeah.
All I had was a small bullet.
That was it.
That was it, yeah.
But that was enough. Okay, well, so they got the physical evidence, and no doubt they had photos. Could they connect? The next thing they had to do, right, was connect the use of that box. Because you can possess things, well, maybe you
Well,
can't.
they had tapes to my voice from the 211 concept.
Oh, that's it.
Tapes to me making calls when I was taped to the 211 concept with my voice.
Even worse. So they had you.
Yeah, pretty much. What happened later was I was offered a deal.
A deal?
Yeah.
What kind of deal?
I was offered a $1,000 fine and probation for 5 years
Yeah.
if I pled guilty to one of the crimes.
Okay.
No, Title 18, Section 1343 is fraud by wire.
Fraud by what? What wire fraud?
Yeah.
I see.
After I pled guilty to that, I was able to, in the 5 years, go and have it expunged from my record as part of the deal.
So it has now been expunged.
Oh, yeah.
So this is now, at least that part of your life, is totally behind. When you think back on those days, and I did a few things, Captain, myself, that the statute of limitation, fortunately, is long since passed on, that when I look back on them, I know it shouldn't be true, but they were fun. Is that the way you look back on that? Well, you probably don't, huh? Because you ended up in jail. Or did
Well,
you?
that part certainly wasn't. But the part where we had a lot of fun with the system was.
Were you ever officially contacted by the phone company?
No. I thought about it, and I thought about what I would do if I were contacted. And I don't understand why they didn't contact me. I probably thought I was such an evil person.
You were. Yeah, I suppose from that point of view you were. But
And so it was like, I assumed that they'd probably contact me because they were like asking the fox to guard the hen house.
well, yeah, but that is what a lot of companies like that do. I mean, these days, the best of the computer hackers, the subject yet to be covered, really, are frequently hired by companies to protect them from their brothers.
Yeah, they made a bad decision not to hire me. Because if they would have hired me, I certainly would have signed a non-disclosure agreement. I certainly would have shut up. And instead they throw me in jail. And while I was in jail, I was exposed to the kind of people that shouldn't have that kind of technology. And I had classes in jail. I taught everybody how to do it.
You did what? You taught them in jail how to operate blue boxes and whistles and all that,
Oh,
really?
everything they wanted to know.
Oh, John. I've heard that our penal institutions are
They're universities of crime,
universities of crime, and you were a professor.
to some extent.
Gee. How long were you in school?
Well, I was sentenced to 4 months in Lompoc.
Lompoc.
That was where
Lompoc is regarded as a
it's a minimum security.
minimum security camp. So,
It really didn't have any walls.
No
It didn't have very clearly marked areas that you could not go.
and of course at this point, the nation's, publicity was all over the place, so I guess everybody in jail knew who you were, and naturally wanted to know how
Oh,
to do what you do.
I was approached by many people in jail, yes, indeed.
Did you give up information freely?
Initially not, because I was really unsure of what was going on. But when it became very clear what would happen to me if I didn't, I changed my mind.
In other words, you'd end up with something sticking out of your belly.
Or reasonable facsimile thereof.
Yeah. I understand. So you began to teach people how to do this, and then,
That's when the information really started to leak out, of course. Shortly after that, things just took off. Everybody was using it.
and so the phone company was, at this point, they were beginning to lose big money.
I would assume so. It became well known. More and more people, of course, being busted for using them.
I'm sure as far as they were concerned, the death penalty would have been a light sentence for you if the phone company could have set your penalty.
Yeah, but what they should have done was say, hey, look, let's hire this guy.
Sure.
I would have worked for him. I would
Technology.
have certainly helped them get rid of quite a few of their thugs.
But John, wouldn't you have felt poorly, literally busting your old buddy?
No, because I would focus on busting my friends.
You go after the
I would agree to work for them under certain conditions, and the conditions are that maybe I fix their system or help them fix their system. I would go out and tell my fellow man, of course not.
I see. All right, so you would have just, you'd have taken out the, quote, bad guys.
No, I wouldn't even have taken down the bad guys. I would have just fixed the system for them. I would have made it impossible to use them.
How long,
For my bucks.
Captain, how long did the problem, after you got out of jail, how long do you think the phone company was continuing to put up with massive intrusion?
Well, the phone company, of course, was using a flawed system to begin with.
Correct.
And their whole system was using this in-band signaling technique. Back in the 50s, when they were bragging about how they were using the same wire pair for talking and signaling, they thought it was quite clever and economic.
No.
But it turned out to be a very, very dangerous security flaw.
Achilles heel.
Yeah. So slowly in the mid-70s, early, I'd say mid-late 70s, the phone companies started to replace their old in-band signaling system to an out-of-band CCIS signaling system, which used a separate data path to actually send this information back.
Well, you're talking over some heads. What that meant is,
The signaling information is the phone number that you're calling. Instead of being sent out to the distant end through tone, it's sent out digitally.
now, let me ask you, in the years that have passed, even though, of course, we all know that you have never hacked so much as a single number,
Well, I can't say that, but
I tried to say it for you, John. What I was going on to say was, technology has changed, and even though I was trying to help you there, John,
okay.
even though you've never done anything since, have you kept up on phone company changing technology?
To some extent, yeah. My notoriety has certainly got quite a few people to contact me who call me up and say, hey, did you know you can do this now? Or did you know you can do that? And I say, yeah, well, interesting, but I'm not going to do it.
course not. But it is, thank you, interesting to know, and I appreciate the information. Is there any law against people passing this kind of information on to each other?
Yeah, I believe it's called conspiracy.
Yes, it probably is.
And so, you'd be surprised.
I'm sorry, now we don't want to be charged with conspiracy here, John, so be careful. If you have any modern techniques, let us not talk about those.
Oh, of course not.
But suffice to say, without discussing them, it is still possible to play if one wants to.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's been done. And it's, obviously different with it was then.
And it is against the law, folks, and you should not do that.
Yeah, don't play this at home, program.
There is a lot of interesting new technology, like caller ID, for example.
Right. And that's so,
Here's a question. I'm getting it by time. Question, Captain. Are all local calls traceable after the call with new Wi-Fi technology? How long does it take to stay on a line, if at all, before your call can be traced?
immediately.
Immediately?
Right.
Now, the guy who called 911, of course, 911 with a bomb threat, they knew exactly what phone that came from instantly, but you're telling us that any local call can be instantly identified.
Yeah, you can just take it off. Of course.
So the old days of keep it online, we've almost got it, we've almost got it. Those days are gone.
They've been gone for like the past 700 years.
Really? Another thing I want to talk to you about, is they have the National Security Agency in Washington monitors calls. As a matter of fact, President Clinton right now, because of the terrorism, the horrible stuff going on, is wanting to be able to do even more of it. But I understand that back in Washington, at NSA, there is this big computer that monitors randomly billions of calls going on all at the same time for keywords, what are called keywords. And, for example, a word like kilo, or I'm sure bomb, or, words like that. And when the computer captures those words, it flags somebody who then records the call, or the call is recorded automatically and then monitored. You know anything about that?
I've heard that rumor from many sources. As to whether or not that rumor is true, I have no clue. I believe it would probably be safe to assume that it is true. However, nowadays, it's certainly possible to keep very secure cell phone communication data encrypted programs like that. And there's another...
That's pretty good privacy.
Yeah, that's what German program. And there's also that program called PTP Phone, which is on the Macintosh now. It's 28.85 modem.
Now, is this so good?
They communicate fast, they communicate by voice.
Right, okay. But is this so good that even the government could not listen?
I'm told that it is.
Oh, they're not going to like that.
Well, the government for a long time has been sending on program. I mean, it's a very good encryption mechanism. It uses an encryption that is designed and developed in Europe. And in fact, a lot of the code is written from programmers in Sweden.
Actually, it's actually been joking. It's called PGP, pretty good privacy, but it really is very good privacy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. And use a very large key. It's going to keep those government credit computers cranky for many millions of years.
Before they do so, they really. Well, I guess the government does not like the idea that its citizens, and frankly, John, I understand a little of it. In other words, we got nutball cases, not like you, who's just having fun with the phone company, but nutball cases out there, it's become a very serious, John, it's become a very serious world.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
And people want their privacy, but at the same time, criminals can certainly communicate without being caught. And so what are we going to do about that? Well, that's a good question.
an old one, maybe you can answer. Captain, one of the other whistles in use at the time, I don't know if this is true, he says the Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde whistle,
Yeah.
Oscar whistle.
Wait a minute now. He goes on lots of hot dogs were consumed by blind teenage kids in search of that wonderful whistle made in Visalia, California. True?
That is true.
Huh.
The Oscar Wilde whistle, yeah, it came out about a year or so after the second Chuck whistle.
Hey, Captain, here's a couple of calls. Let's see who we've got. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hi, David Delos from American Dairy.
Wisconsin.
How you doing today?
All right.
This is definitely a pleasure. Hey, I just got a question for the captain. I guess overall, was it worth it? You know, what you had to go through after you got caught? Was it worth that excitement and the fun that you got?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Well, at the time, yes and no. Yes, in the sense of the knowledge that I gained, but no in the sense of all the harassment that I've had.
Well, as you look back on it now, you can probably put a smile on your face and say, yes, those were wonderful adventures and years that I'm sure that at the time the FBI walked in, you would say a very big no. It's not one worth it at all.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry, I'll never do anything bad again if I hold my fucking girl mama. I want my mama. That's the way I feel.
Oh yeah, it's a natural reaction, I'm sure.
So there you are, Colin.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch.
Hello. San Diego. Hey, Steve. I had a couple of issues to turn by John here. First of all, I'm a little put off by your recent finding of piety about all this. You were drunk about 3 or 4 times before you finally gave up the ghost as far as your notoriety.
Oh, wait, I didn't know that. Let's answer.
Let me finish.
Well, I'll let you finish. Hold on, I want to find out if that's true. You were busted 3 or 4 times, John?
Well, actually, 3 times, but the second time was because I was set up by the FBI doing this for me. Well, let's talk about this in my solo life.
Yes, sir.
If I recall, the last one I read about, you had a mobile operation in a truck that you was out trading, and that was the earlier days. Okay, but it wasn't the first time when they busted in the truck. No, that was before the first time. All I'm giving you an idea is, it's been a long time and memories seem to fade, but I'm a contemporary of yours, and I remember fully well how you persisted in spite of the fact that you've been given. Wait, let me explain. Give me my chance, okay? All right? The second time, 1976 it was, I got visited by a very, very consistent individual in the Los Angeles area who just begged to come up and have me help him with his blue box. Get this guy off my back. I consented to have him come and visit me, provided that he would never bring the blue box in my place or take it into my house for any reason. I basically meet him at a place far away from where I was.
You were just going to talk to him.
I was just going to talk to him to get him off my back. He wanted me to help him clean the blue box. So, get him off my back. I said, look, I don't want to do this, but just get off my back. I'll do it one time after, and he said, well, can I try it now? Just put this tape on. He unfortunately couldn't play, Like he said, he had this restaurant, self-defense place. And what happened was he made prior arrangements for the FBI to have his phone tapped.
Oh, God. All right, look, you two. Caller, hold on the line. We've got a newscast coming up. I'll hold you on, okay?
Okay.
All right, stay there. And Captain, you stay where you are, all right?
I'm right here.
All right, and so are we. And we will continue after this break. Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, the amazing. Back shortly.
unveiled his federal budget for fiscal 1998 Wednesday, says he will achieve balance by the year 2002. GOP budget experts say the budget's not government-wide, but it does need a lot of work. Meanwhile, spokesman Matt McCurry at the White House briefing talked about the GOP reaction.
They started it seriously today. They raised the concerns that they had. We know that there will be some differences as we move forward, but the important message that we took from the Republican leader statements today is that they want to move forward with the presidency with these differences and balance the budget. That's good news.
Possible charge against American Airlines by the pilots just a week away. First meeting between the two sides in Fort Worth Wednesday. No progress made toward a settlement. James Curtis, president of the Airline Pilots Association, says actually nobody bugged off their Senate.
We did not convince them. They did not convince us. Quite honestly, I don't believe they expected to convince us. We expect to convince them.
Someone says the air crews will provide the best service they know how until next Friday, and then it will stop cold with no settlement agreement. Vice President Al Gore talked to U.S. officials at that meeting Thursday with Soviet Prime Minister Viktor Chernomyrdin. It was a series of meetings aimed at dismantling Cold War barriers.
We cannot, indeed we dare not, forego this historic moment.
The meetings will continue today. This is USA Radio News.
Millions of people who never even set foot in casino have been dangerous gamble every day, living without health insurance. You just can't afford not to have it, but affordable insurance can be hard to find, particularly if you're a hard-working entrepreneur or if you're working for a company that doesn't offer benefits. Fortunately, the Alliance for Affordable Health Care has a solution. The Pinnacle Affordable Health Plan, underwritten by the MedAlliance Health Insurance Company and Midwest National Life Insurance Company of Tennessee. Call the Alliance today at 1-800-468-9449 or to activate the plan endorsed by your life that fits your individual needs perfectly. At a price you can afford. After all, if you can't pay the premium, all the insurance in the world is useless. So call 1-800-468-9449 Monday through Friday, 1 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't gamble. Go to the Alliance. That number again is 1-800-468-9449.
The people of Ecuador are celebrating in the streets this hour the impeachment of President Abdullah Bucaram. Bucaram was tossed out by a congressional vote 44-34 Thursday night after a general strike for the past several days by the Ecuadorian citizenry. USA's Ken McLeod in Quito says Bucaram began as a popular president but then became his and his people's worst enemy.
Bucaram ran on a platform of supporting the club. He ran as a four-man candidate. Then in December, he instituted a number of economic reforms that saw utility rates go up around 300%. Demonstrations have occurred since just after Christmas almost every day.
Leader of the Congress has been elected interim president, but there are six people claiming they are running the country. Nobody knows for sure who actually is in charge. Plaintiffs in O.J. Simpson's civil trial Thursday urged jurors to punish Simpson by imposing heavy monetary damages against him. Ron Jenkins on the USA Radio Network.
If you have believed the catabolic diet is the most effective, unbelievable program ever created based on over 100 foods that remove calories from your body. Did you know that every food that enters your body requires various body organs such as liver, spleen, stomach, digestive juices to complete digestion? For example, an ordinary piece of cake that has 300 calories may require 25 calories to complete digestion.
If only these are 100 pounds, call 1-800-557-3588.
In addition to the huge fight with Congress, the FDA in Washington is proposing that home drug tests be regulated for accurate results. We get sales to USA's John Beck.
At its work, system lets consumers collect and mail to drug testing laboratories samples of urine or hair. They're meant to allow parents to determine privately whether children are using illegal drugs. Congressional critics say the agency's decision to make numerous home urine tests available is a step in the right direction. Under the proposal, most home kits could sell without FDA permission, as long as samples are mailed to laboratories where tests are done by a method the FDA has certified. John Becker, USA Radio News, Washington.
An Army friend of Timothy McVeigh reported they had told authorities that McVeigh told him the Oklahoma City bombing was intended to foment a general uprising. Secretary William Cohen said it may be time to review the Army's practice of training male and female recruits together. Ron Jenkins with news on the USA Radio Network. Try that Contour Pillow, an atomic design with a natural contour of your head and neck.
sag, causing neck tension and back pain. But the Contour pillow provides general orthopedic support, hence muscles relax. You awake refreshed.
The difference I feel in my neck and my back is really amazing. That's it all. My husband doesn't snore anymore.
Therapeutic pillows cost $60 or more. Now enjoy the ultimate night's sleep for only $19.95. Order in the next 10 minutes and we'll also include this washable cover absolutely free. Enjoy the best night's sleep you've ever had or return it for a full refund. The Contour pillow is now available. Order now. For that delivery, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-241-6767. Just $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling. Don't be fooled by imitation. Order the original Contour pillow now. Call 1-800-241-6767.
To purchase all 5 hours of tonight's interview at their Captain Crunch, all without commercial interruption, dial 1-800-917-4278 and ask for tape number 970206C. The cost is $33.50. That number is 1-800-917-4278. And now back to the best of our show.
Hey, I found it. Thank you, WCAZ in Morton, Illinois. They sent it to me. Vaccine Nightingale. Computer world. I love this thing. Listen to So, Captain Crunch will be out here tomorrow. You've got a question for him. I'll get the numbers on here in a second. What pops into your mind when I say Valentine's Day? Hearts, flowers, angels? Well, how about a perfect rose? Gives you 24 karat gold, preserved in its moment of glory forever. Right. Now, here comes February 14th, and the American Gold Rose Company with their very popular collection Mercy. The classic rose, priced at $49.95. It's 11 inches long. Gifted gold comes in a beautiful gift box. Then, there's the thing. The Hollywood Elite. For $65, you can send that special somebody a long set gold rose, 17 inches long, delivered right to their door in a gold presentation box for them. This order here is simple, no weed. It's $39.95. All three, perfect for your Valentine's. But there's more. If you buy any 2 gold roses now, you receive a free genuine 4-leaf clover, again, of course, dipped in gold, a perfect charm, any necklace, and a $23 value. It's the American Gold Rose Company. Call them now at 1-800-458-7134. That's 1-800-458-7134. Now, if you live in Alaska or East or Canada, call 918 687-7574. Again, 918-687-7574. Many of you have no idea that there's a bill in our Senate, by the way, they are being very persistent, that would require our Treasury Department to replace our existing green national banning style Now, why is that a bother? New on blue bills? Not serious, as long as they spin. But there's the rub. You see, there would be one bill used inside the Virginia 1M. The coming crisis monetarily in this nation is going to require our government to do something radical. That radical thing may be a devaluation of current money. This would allow that to occur. This is not a joke. It's real. We'll send you a copy of the Senate bill. Read it for yourself. North American Trading is the one that has it. They'll send it without obligation. Because they know that once you read it, you'll come to certain conclusions. So, call. The number is 1-800-877-9799. That's 1-800-877-9799. Probably the world's most famous hacker, Captain Crunch, otherwise known as John Draper. And he's in the Bay Area at an undisclosed location. On a payphone, I might add. And he is somebody who many years ago hacked into the phone company's trunking system, learned how to make free calls, and lots of conferences with Buddy and other hackers until the FBI closed in on the captain. Time, paid his debt to society, had his record expunged, and is telling his story. Now, we've got Captain, I think, still there, right? Captain? Oh, no. Captain, where are you? Uh-oh. I can see this disappeared. Captain? Captain, where are you? Captain, what happened? You know, I might have expected this. The captain seems to be... We'll leave this line open for a moment and see if the captain comes back to us. He's very sad. Caller, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, something seems to have happened to the captain, as in a disconnect.
Well, I hope I didn't scare him off, but I have some other more relevant information to direct towards him that maybe he didn't want to talk about. Would you like to talk about it?
I'll talk about it. Yeah, I mean, Captain, are you there? No, he's still not there. I've got a number I can ring back here in a moment if he doesn't show back up. Maybe the phone call he cut us off.
You never know. But so this is how the contemporary is, and I have a little trouble with this mix of amnesia and deniability of culpability.
Well, now wait a minute. He didn't deny anything.
Well, let's put it to you this way. You know how Washington politics work, and they will soft pedal a difficult issue?
Yeah.
He is doing that. And the other additional issues I wanted to bring up included a contemporary of his named Trey.
Wait a minute, my name was Trey.
Pardon me?
My parents call me Trey.
Well, okay, Trey?
Trey, that's right, Trey. Look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me put you back on hold, okay? Let me see if I can get the captain back on the line. Obviously, we've run into some difficulty here, so stand by. Captain Crunch has been disconnected. No big surprise there, I'm afraid. We're going to see if we can get him back on the line. So, Captain, if you're out there, get the line back open or something. And I've got a couple of good relevant factors, too. So let's see if we can get Captain back. Maybe not. If you would like a very special radio for yourself or a friend, consider the following. The best radio ever made to date. The APS John Dean 909. It's got a 5-star rating from World Radio TV Handbook and deserves every star it got. I am a connoisseur of radios, And I took this radio and tested it against two radios that I have a great deal of respect for. The Sony 2010 and the Grundig Satellite 700. And folks, this is my personal comment with putting both in the dirt, period. It's small, 8 inches long, 5 inches high, very, very portable. Good if you travel. It's got, for example, one button you can press in a new city, and it logs in all the AM and FM stations into the memory, just like that. The audio quality can only be described as exquisite. AM, FM, all of the shortwave band, of course, operates on 4 AA batteries, will use an inside or outside antenna, and sensitivity and selectivity that simply has no comparison. It is the best. It has 40 hertz resolution in side bands, individual upper and lower side bands filtering, RDS reception in FM. That means it puts the call letters up there if the FM station is using RDS or their little logo, whatever it is. I mean, this is the radio. It's $289.95 worth every penny. If you're a person who likes the best, then forget the rest. This is the one. With it, you get the 1997 Passport to World Band Radio, the virtual Bible for world band listening. And if you want one of these, they're in a short supply. Call Bob Crane in the morning at 1-800-522-8863. 1-800-522-8863. Well, guess what? We've got the captain back. I say, Captain?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, man, you think they got it?
No.
Well, such things happen. We'll let it slide. Anyway, here's that caller who's got on your case. He's back again. Now you've got the captain.
Okay, yeah, this is Steve again from San Diego. Yes, Steve, send me an email, by the way. I'll be down there after the 10th of August. Well, I'm a little reluctant to be in contact with you as I was back 25 years ago. That's cool. Yes, that's right. That's why I'm poisoned. Yours, history.
Well, you seem to have sort of an internet amnesia right now, and I'm wondering if you would also respond to a couple of other issues of why the government was so paranoid about what you're up to. And I just wanted
I think more appropriate might be Reagan. I mean, Nixon simply said, I am not a criminal. Now the captain has freely admitted that he did his time.
Well, no, but I'm speaking of Nixon because of the timeline.
I see.
That's all.
Oh, I see.
First of all, was a contemporary year named Trey, who had bugged the Republican National Convention in 72 in San Diego.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if it was a result of their moving into Florida, but it got moved. Trey was very disappointed.
You're right. Wait a minute. One thing at a time. Captain, is there any truth to that allegation?
No, wait, run that by me one more time, please.
You know who Trey is.
Do you?
Yeah, there's so many people. I can't remember
Back in the
everybody.
70s, he was one of the premier phone freaks of the time.
All right, now, is this, he says it's somebody who bugged the Republican convention. Stop.
He was going to.
Going to, I think. Now, does that ring any AT&T bells for you, Captain?
Not that I recall. Can you give me more details?
Well, he had physically posed at the convention center and was prepared to provide that to the underground press. I'm sure you were aware of that.
That doesn't sound like the captain
I don't recall that.
I don't recall that.
Well, let's move on.
That is indeed the classic line. I do not recall that.
Here's one I know you have to respond to. And this is,
Actually, I don't have to respond to anything. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
There was a publication put out by the hippies through the late 60s through 1980 called Nipple and Tap.
Yeah.
And it publicized on how to do not only all of these things, of phone taps and blue boxes and all the other good stuff, but how to take over public utilities and break into payphones and how to
just about do anything else to undermine Century Society. And
So what is your question?
my question is, what did you do about that?
All right.
What did I do about it? I did nothing about it. CAP was this technology American Party, or whatever they call themselves. And I heard, and my views and their views differ in many respects. They have asked me on occasion to write several articles on certain things, and I thought about it, and I wrote a few things, but I didn't write anything that was very detrimental to American society, if you know what I mean.
All right, look, here's a friend of yours, Captain. It says, God bless you, man. You have my hero, Marvell, the Antichrist. I'm just 23 years old, but I am a student of hacker and computer history. And they still sell the whistle. Read the magazine 2600 to find a lot of interesting stuff. And by the way, it says, Art, you're in the latest Wired magazine. I am in Wired. And they want to ask you the following, or give you credit for the following, and see if you want to take credit for it. Had Captain Crunch not done what he did, it would not have led to Steve Jobs, and we would not have the Mac computer. And as a dedicated Mac user, I'd like to say thanks to Crunch. Still important. Would you take credit for that?
I don't know that I could really take credit for that. But I admit I've known Steve Jobs and Wozniak long before they started Apple Computer. Jobs was really not into the blue box as much as Woz was. Woz was the one that was really into it.
So you can't take credit for the Mac. Okay.
I really honestly couldn't take credit for that.
But you may have launched his
It's pretty
interest.
far-fetched.
No, but you may have launched his interest further into the direction he was going.
That could have very well launched his interest in that general direction. Sure.
By the way, everybody, the webpage is now fully back up, and it's got a link to Captain Crunch's. So if you want to go up on my webpage, you will see a link already installed going to Captain Crunch's. And to give you some idea of the traffic we take, Captain, over a typical weekend, we take about 250,000 hits.
Yeah, my website's been averaging about 1,000 hits an hour.
About 1,000 an hour. Okay.
I'm sure the well can handle that no problem.
The well, yes, I'm sure it can.
They've got a T3 link with a 25 megabit pipe directly into it, so I'm pretty sure it'll handle the throughput.
Well, it's going to be busy. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you calling from, please?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
All right. Go ahead.
I've got a couple of recent things for you. Since the blue box has come out with the red box and the green box,
Really?
and they have plans, and I'm not even sure if they've already made it, for a gold box with all the new technology and the digital lines and stuff like that will allow you to tap into the different lines and stuff.
Okay.
I don't see them anymore for just boxes like
Caller, have you fooled with these kinds of things?
I've tried to play around with them, but I mean, yeah, I'm not much into that.
All right, what was that, Captain?
Ask the caller what the gold box is.
The gold box has plans so that anything that was attached to like that phone line, or if somebody called into and they're talking to somebody, it would make every phone around there ring. And it's happened where it makes the entire neighborhood, like all the phones would start ringing.
Never heard of that.
Well,
I've heard a lot of strange stuff in my life.
in other words, Captain, it's still going on.
Oh, there's no doubt that it's going on. I mean, look at the publicity that Kevin Metnick got to his antics with the phone.
Will it be true, do you think, Captain, with PGP and the advances, all the advances, are the hackers always going to manage to keep up, or either be a step over or one step behind those people trying to keep people like you used to be out?
It's always going to be that way. There's always going to be one group going to go out and figure something else out, and they're going to come out and counter it with something else.
Well, one of the reasons I asked you whether you kept up with telephone company technology was because you're now jobless. I mean, if the phone company still to this day would come to you and offer you some kind of work because it's still going on, would you be receptive?
I would be receptive to that.
You would?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a few connections in the phone company, and a lot of phone company people trust me on this, listen to this program. So if you want to take this opportunity to say something nice about the phone company, are you there?
Yeah.
I heard a big crunch sound on the line, Captain.
Oh. Good.
Now, why don't you say something nice about the phone company so we don't lose you during the next break?
Well,
This is your big chance, Captain. Come on.
what can I say nice about them? Anything nice?
I mean, there are many phone companies, right?
Yeah.
That's not exactly nice. In fact, even AT&T isn't so happy about these split apart. So, I mean, there must be one nice thing you can say. One nice thing. I mean, how about this? I'll help you, Joe.
Okay.
I've been to a lot of other countries. I'm getting ready to travel again.
You know what would be really nice?
Wait, don't stop me, John. I'll say something nice for you. Compared to other countries, the Bell system, NCI, all the current of Jade phone companies make other countries' phone systems look like dog food.
Well, the quality of the connections are definitely good. That's something nice to say.
There you are.
But I got something else to say, too.
What? Now, it sounds like a conference is going on there.
Okay, if somebody's come up here and needs to use their phone to make an emergency call,
An emergency call.
could I just say something real quick?
Yeah,
Okay.
is it going to be a long call? I don't want to keep anybody away from an emergency here.
Well,
So we'll find out what you've got the captain will see on it.
yeah, can I just finish this one? Okay, one thing I wanted to say was that I travel a lot, and I went to Australia, and the phone infrastructure there is amazing. A lot of the phones there have data jacks. You can plug your laptop in and get their email.
Sure.
In this country, they don't allow that.
Right.
Where can you find a data jack to plug into a phone and get your email? Come on, you guys, the phone company, provide us with our data jack.
Well, I mean, you can use the data jack. How about on the cellular phone? Now, there's more technology that's come along. Look, I don't want to keep anybody from an emergency call. Do you think you can get this done in about 5 or 6 minutes?
You can get this, sure. You can get this done in 5 or 6 minutes? Okay, yeah, you can.
All right, then
Can you get ready to call me back?
Yeah, I'm going to release the phone right now so he can make his emergency call, or maybe you can even help him. Don't do it, John. And we'll call you back.
Okay, call me back in, let's say, 5 minutes, okay?
Yes, Captain.
Okay, bye.
5 minutes it is. From 4-5. My guest is Captain Crunch, and I think he'll be back.
Stay tuned for more with telephone hacker Captain Crunch on this encore presentation of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell.
Art Bell for Greenwood. Coming up this week, Robert G. author of West Virginia UFOs. Maybe look at what's going on in the Mountain States. We'll find out close encounters in the Mountain States. Coming up this week, right here on Greenwood.
I want you to listen carefully, because you may be paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars too much for your life insurance. You may not know it, but the premiums for the same level of coverage can differ wide from company to company, and you can save big by shopping around. Well, there's an organization called Best Quote that will do the shopping for you for free. They compare rates from over 150 of the country's highest rated insurance companies. When you call their toll-free number, they'll send you a free, no-obligation comparison of the 5 policies that represent the best value for you. Just listen to this. At my age of 40, I bought a $250,000 term life policy for less than $17 a month. That's less than half of the other quotes I had. That quote saved me a bundle. To get your free comparison, call Best Quote 24-hour toll-free number now. Dial 1-800-367-3344. 1-800-367-3344. Coverage is available in most states. Call 1-800-367-3344 now. Right back. Each within the music, Monday through Friday on Fox Radio Network. Please select you for the right thing now. You can hear Right Back Monday through Friday on Fox Radio Network. The Right Back. Right Back now on Fox Radio Network. Right Back. TRN. You better listen to music. Right Back Monday through Friday on Fox Radio Network. And right here. Right Back. He's waiting for you. Monday through Friday on Fox Radio Network. The home of Right Back will get you on Fox Radio Network.
I discovered James Ramos, and as an actor, I've had many important roles. But none as important as the role that Shriners play in the lives of young children. Over 500,000 kids with orthopedic and burn problems have been helped, totally free of charge, at 22 Shriners hospitals. If you know a child under 18 with Shriners Monthly to help, call the toll-free number. Shriners help kids get back on their feet.
Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. 1-800-237-5055.
Do you know what the word angel means? Angel means messenger. Hi, I'm Gary McClure, founder of Heaven on Earth, and we're in the business of sending messages of love. I started this company to bring people of all ages a sense that there's someone watching over them. Heaven on Earth produces cuddly angel dolls that you can send to a special person anywhere in the world, and it's called Angelgram. Our sweet 14-inch Angelgram doll and doll cat comes with beautiful white dress, fluffy wings, and a golden halo and pendant. Angelgram makes the perfect gift for birthdays, christenings, holidays, or to welcome home the new mother and baby. And you can personalize Angelgram with your own special message. With your purchase, we donate a portion of proceeds to children's charities throughout the world. So brighten the day of someone you love by ordering Angelgram today.
To order your Angelgram for only $29.95. That number is 1-800-552-ANGEL. This is your host with a personal invitation for you to tune in every Saturday for Getting Personal from Talk Radio Network. This will right to the heart of some very personal topics. The family, education, relationships, children, behavior problems, and current news related to these issues. Join me for Getting Personal with Mayor Oak, Thursday on TRN Talk Radio Network. Looking forward to talking with you.
Denzel Washington talks about the positive influence of the Boys and Girls Clubs.
He stood about 5'9" tall. Johnny. Willie Thomas. He ran the Boys and Girls Club where I grew up. I know today is different. Young people face problems I never even had to think about. That's why now, more than ever, we need the Boys and Girls Club. A positive place, thousands of people like Willie Thomas help young people succeed. Does it work?
Sometimes how far you go in life depends on who you feel over your shoulder. For Denzel Washington, it was Billy Thomas. Today, more than 2 million kids receive the guidance and support they need from the counselors at the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Support the Boys and Girls Clubs. A positive place for kids. Call 1-800-854-CLUB.
This is an encore presentation of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. You're listening to Art's July 29th interview with telephone hacker Captain Crunch. And now, back to the best of Art Bell.
You have hard water? Are you plagued by that ugly white stuff all over everything? Your car when you wash it, those white spots. You know, you clean them right. You're not careful. Glassware, yes. Silverware, yes. What do people do? Your shower head, your brakes, well, you can't really see. Clogs up in there like cholesterol in the arteries. And, of course, your water heater, and that'll cost you a lot of money. Well, there's a way out. GMX Magnetic Water Conditioning, there's a 90-day money-back guarantee. If it doesn't do the job, you get your money back. But the GMX special is still roaring away. If you buy GMX now, they'll send you free one of the most remarkable inventions I've ever seen. This revolutionary product with $75 cleans your clothes without detergent. It works. We've got it. I'm telling you it works. The number is 1-800-4060-GMX. Oh, then this operation is going to last forever, so. Get it done. That's 1-800-4060-GMX. The new year is here now, and many of you have made a promise, or you should have, to make more money and better your life. One does generally the other. Money is not everything, but it's pretty nice when you have it. And when you think about your future, our future, collectively, do you see it getting better or worse? Some financial pundits have just about made commodities a dirty word to heck with it. The fact of it is, if you learn the ins and outs, how to do it, how to approach it with the right attitude, commodities pay off. Ken Roberts is a nationally known financial educator and multi-millionaire investor. He has taught, literally now, tens of thousands of people how to invest in commodities and manage your own money without depending on a broker. Now, we've had this ad on for some time, and I've had a lot of faxes and email and mail from people who, I've been getting some objections. That's great. Anyway, I've had a lot of feedback from people who have taken this course, and they're making money. Now, the way it works is you trade on paper. When you're ready, when you know that you know what you're doing, only then do you begin using real money. It works. Now, if you'll dial the number I'm about to give you, they'll send you an audio cassette and a 44-page report that explains the whole thing. And it is free. So, want to better your life? Here we go. The number is 888-GOLD-KRC. That's 888-GOLD, G-O-L-D, KRC. In number is 888-465-3572. I think that we have got the captain back. Let's find out. Captain, are you there?
Yep.
All right. Cool. It came right to the break, so it was fine. I think the emergency got taken care of.
It sure did.
All right. Excellent.
All the parties are happy.
All the parties are happy.
Where were we talking about?
Well, we were talking to callers, so let's go back to that. First time caller line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hello.
Where are you?
I'm calling from
Houston, Texas. All right.
I have a question. Actually, I have two questions. My first question, Captain, I was wondering if you had any sort of relationship, whether it was positive or negative, with Nick or Roscoe during the break in the Cosmos back in the early 80s. Okay. I remember getting a call from Susan Thunder, I believe, at one of the conferences. They had an 18th conference they set up at one point. I was at that time living in Hawaii. I did believe get another call shortly after that, a few months after I returned back to the mainland. And that was probably about it. I hadn't really had much contact, had no contact at all with Nick. It came at a much later time. Nor did I actually, I recall talking to him one time. It was a very brief conversation. It was with another person. And that was it. He wasn't that interested in talking to me.
What about Roscoe?
Roscoe I talked with. I actually visited Roscoe at one point.
Okay, now none of the rest of us know who these people are.
Yeah, I actually visited. Very smart individual. I did know quite a lot.
It's all, because I've just been reading a whole bunch of books on that. A lot of it happened back in the early 80s and stuff. And it seems like there was a tight-knit group of people back then, but for some reason or another, there was a lot of backstabbing off them. You had to be careful.
Okay. from what I understand, I believe this happened in 83, 84. It was what we call the LA Wars.
The LA Wars.
Yeah, this seems like a war in practice because the hackers and
Well, no, wait a minute. What does that mean? I mean, what is that like? What could you do to each other?
well, they were doing all sorts of naughty things to each other. I'm not sure that it actually erupted in LA, per se. We got a number of people in LA who were having their differences, and they were resolving their differences in hacker way. I was doing some things to each other. I don't know what they were doing. Probably had seen each other's phone numbers or doing things. That makes sense.
So, in other words, playing havoc with each other's phones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you would think it would be a tight-knit group, and the enemy would be either the phone company or the FBI or the feds or whatever, on each other.
Obviously, the hacker wars did draw quite a bit of attention to people.
I see. All right, Western Lockheed, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you, please?
Hey there, this is Hugo Sly from Washington State, and I will say hello to pound 2600.
Perfect.
Yeah, pound 3600. You're talking about the IRC channel?
Yes, IRC.
Okay.
First off, I'd ask you a question about the Esquire article.
Now, I don't want to repeat the Esquire article on my webpage.
I saw that a little bit in there. Didn't you come out and say that, half of that he kind of misquoted from him?
There were quite a few places in there that misquoted. Mostly it was just inaccurate information. I repeated it all on the webpage. So look up to my webpage and you'll see it in there.
All right.
I also have a link to the Esquire article as well.
Oh, you can read the Esquire article.
It's on my webpage, yeah.
Oh, cool. How did they treat you in that article? I mean, were you sort of the king of the bad guys?
That was sort of like the depiction that Ron did when he wrote about it.
Well, there you are, Colin.
Art?
Yep.
I have a couple comments for you, too. I don't know if you know this, but you could still do some pretty strange stuff with the phone company, and yes, Blue Box can still do.
Yeah, wait a minute. We don't really want to promote the idea of doing that, do we, Captain?
Yeah, but like he points out, like I always keep pointing out to those people that email me, I get a lot of emails. People still call me up. You would be surprised how many people would email me asking me questions about Blue Box.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, the old sidebar, the crossbar doesn't work anymore, but there is a way to do it.
Oh, all right, well, I'm going to
I'm sure there is.
Hey, Captain, when people email you asking for help with blue boxes and such, how do you respond there? Do you have a form response, or do you take pity on them? I mean, surely you don't help people out anymore, do you?
Oh, no. I usually tell them, don't try this at home kind of attitude.
Captain Crunch no longer does this sort of thing. Thank you for your email.
Yeah, basically. I have mentioned to most people that write about, I say that, they don't work like they used to work, but at the same time, I don't go out there and advocate abuse. I try to be really careful.
Captain Crunch has done his time and does much as he wants.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much bad out there when you send an email. You probably just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I do reply to all men.
Have they now turned around to the point where they're saying, what a lousy traitor you are to the system?
I've had quite a few hackers say that, yeah.
First time caller line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you, please?
Yes, this is Dark Knight from 503, Oregon.
Area code 503.
Yeah, I know you guys, right?
Yeah, probably up the DEFCON, Okay, yeah, well, Captain,
How was your third time?
Wait a minute, now, one at a time.
I was a deputy captain last weekend.
Right, Captain. So is my buddy Seven.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know Seven.
Do I sense we have adversaries here?
Yeah, well, I guess you could say so hard on a dual interview, but, Captain, my main thing is, why is your ego so big after 30 years? Seven and I both asked you that.
Well, wait a minute. I've said more I've said more grandiose things about him than he said about himself.
Yeah, but I mean, you're still coming off like you're the top chief guy. And you don't do anything anymore.
Well, what can I say? I can't do anything anymore. What do you want me to do? Go back to jail?
No, guy, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, you don't need to come across like that, you know. And you come across pretty poorly.
Well, how would you have him come across?
Yeah, I'm looking for suggestions. What should I say? The same thing that Seven said on Channel 4 yesterday or the day before yesterday or whenever he was on TV last Saturday night?
Oh, well, what was that?
Yeah, that.
Fine, I listened to it. What did he basically say? Well, maybe you better not tell me.
No, I don't exactly know for word what he said, but I do hear in Channel 4 mention some of his services that he performed.
Services?
And it was pretty good, what he asked me.
I see. All right. So it's obvious a lot of this is still going on, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
I mean, I'm just from the phone calls I'm getting here, this sounds like a lot of inside. Why is it so cutthroat, Francis?
I don't know why. And it's a good question.
I mean, it's so self-destructive.
It's very self-destructive. In fact, I would say a good portion of the hackers that get busted have been busted as a result of their actions against each other. It's like a death wish or something.
Yes. Wildcard Line, you're on here with Captain Crunch. Hi.
Hello.
This is Dr. Dodd from Oregon. Yes, sir.
And my question is, I listened earlier when Captain Crunch, you were talking about the technology's been here for quite some time to tap online instantly, like 6 years or so. And my question is, well, I just saw something on the news the other night on CNN where President Clinton was stating this new supercomputer that IBM commissioned to build, and they said that it's amazing speed now. Now, don't quote me, because I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said the calculation time in 1 second would be equivalent to someone with a hand calculator to do the same task. It takes like over 30,000 years.
Yeah, I heard this. That they were about to come out with a computer 100,000 times faster or something.
Go online in 97 or 98.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, this is something I was talking about that last night. He listened to you a lot. And you know, just to pop in my head, I thought, well, what are we going to use that for? And what is his capabilities? They were saying it would model weather and predict hurricanes and stuff. But, you know, my question for Captain Crunch is, are you aware of technology that not only would have a call, but could it not be possible to log in every phone call and record it, crunch it, store it?
Well, part of this
shoot it with your phone number and then go back a year later and say I want to listen and call.
All right. That's a good question.
Well, the problem in that it would take one heck of a lot of mass storage.
I suppose it would, but we are getting to the age where a lot of mass storage, truly gigantic amounts of storage. I mean, even in the private home computer market, it's getting pretty incredible. So imagine what our government could do.
Yeah, and the super fast computer he was talking about was probably an almost feasible track sort of key-sizes than GPP.
All right, East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, where are you? Yes, sir.
Captain Crunch, sir. Yes. Do you like Howard Stern? Howard Stern.
Have you ever heard of Howard Stern, Captain?
I've heard reports about him. Good or bad?
There you go. Well,
Captain.
Okay. There you go. That's a Stern call. Wildcard Line, you're on here with Captain Crunch. Hi.
Captain Crunch?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Jolly Roger special?
That has come across my attention, actually. I believe somebody was actually mentioning that to me an email message a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was you that wrote it, because there's a lot of there's a lot of...
Yeah. Well, I'd have to really look at it and tell you. Do you happen to have a URL where it's located on the web? Why don't you send me some email?
I don't have on a computer of my own, but there's a bulletin board called Books for a Free People, in all capital letters. Books for a Free People. You can search that and find it. It'll say books the government don't want you to read or something like that.
Listen, Captain, I actually would like to ask you about this myself. Now, we are really in a terrible age. Bombings here, airplanes, this is the land of the whole business, you know, the militia groups and all the rest of it. And the government is now, obviously, with its new terrorism bill, the pressure's on again, and the president wants this and that. How do you feel about that? Is it going to be a horrible intrusion on our privacy, or is this awful stuff going on, in your opinion, does it justify what they're getting ready to do?
Well,
From an old hacker.
I certainly don't want to have my private email read by anybody, hackers included. At the same time, I certainly don't want to be in an airplane and have it blow up underneath my seat.
Yeah, that is the point.
So that's the other end of the sword. So what can you do about it?
Well, if you were the guy in charge, captain in charge, what would you do? I mean, on the one side, the public's screaming at you, things are blowing up. On the other, you're trying not to step on their privacy. So it is an interesting perspective from one who acts. What would you do?
That is a very good question.
I know.
It takes an awful lot of thought on that one. What would I do?
Yeah. I mean, you were total anti-establishment in every way. And yet, even you have got to realize that we're facing people who want to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you think about how many times somebody's going to be using some communications channel to organize this thing. And are they, is any self-respecting terrorist going to go out there and use the telephone and try it out? Something maybe going to blow up.
Nobody he sure as hell might use PGC on the internet to coordinate the thing with his buddies. I mean, let's lay it out here.
Possibility.
Yeah, there sure is. Well, think about that one, Captain. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you, please?
Calling from Galveston.
Galveston, all right?
Wonder if the captain his life is ever being threatened.
Oh, that's a good question. John, has your life ever been on the line? I mean, has anybody ever threatened to...
No.
No?
No.
I mean, hacking is dangerous, but it shouldn't be life-threatening.
I agree.
Yeah, all right. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you, please?
Oh, yes, Tyler, San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
I heard about a box, I don't know what they call them, blue, red, or purple, but a friend of mine told me there's actually boxes out that can turn the phones into a home, into a microphone, without having to bug the home. But
yeah, that's called an infinity bug. It requires some wiring on the phone in order to work.
Oh, so they can't just do that from the office then?
No, they'd have to actually modify the phone to some extent to have that work. And
in other words, somebody would have to, in effect, almost break into your apartment and...
to replace the handset with another handset so that they have a live microphone in it.
That's comforting because nobody wants to think that somebody on the other end is just listening to a phone that is hung up. God, that's awful. All right, East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hi there.
Okay, where are you?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
All right.
I'd like to know, is there any way we could tell if our own home lines being tapped?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
It's not really possible to tell if it's on the tapped.
It's not?
No.
Well, then, but they sell these little gizmos that you can put on a line and supposed to...
Well, all these gizmos do is make you the lively system.
Yeah.
And if somebody were to like pick up an extension phone,
Yeah.
the voltage changes these gizmos detect it.
But a really good tap.
A really good tap that was placed on the phone line at the central office would be almost undetectable, would be virtually undetectable.
Yeah, and it's funny, as much as we sit here and talk about a click on the phone or whatever, you'd never hear a click.
No, that's true.
My guess is that plenty of offices are listening to us right this moment. I'm sure the people... John, Captain, do you think that people in the phone company, this is really a hard question, but those with idle time on their hands, do you think that, for example, this program right now, they know we're connected on the line, right? Do you think that they occasionally listen to this or that?
Oh, I'm sure of it. I mean, but they're not going to tell anybody. They're certainly not going to tell their boss. However, the phone company also has got a pretty effective, so they claim, a pretty effective way of monitoring their employees. For instance, it's not uncommon for the phone company to monitor the operators, how they perform by doing spot check monitoring.
Wow.
Of calls, but they don't monitor the calls primarily to learn what people are talking about. They only monitor the calls along with to learn that the operator is doing their job correctly and I think it's a call back enough.
Right. Captain, whoever it was who wrote earlier called you the Antichrist of the phone company. Would you acknowledge that title?
I would tend to. The way things are going these days, I would almost tend to believe that.
All right, listen, we're at the hour. Can you hold on?
Sure, I can hold on.
All right, we'll do one more then. My guest is Captain Crunch, John Draper, a legend certainly in his own time. I'm Mark Bell. This is CBC.
Wake up with neck and shoulder pain. Try the Contour Pillow, anatomically designed for the natural contour of your head and neck to support and align your spine for a great night's sleep. Look, ordinary pillows can shake and sag, causing neck tension and back pain. But the Contour Pillow provides gentle orthopedic support. Tense muscles relax. You awake refreshed.
The difference I feel in my neck and my back is really amazing. Best of all, my husband doesn't snore anymore.
Therapeutic pillows cost $60 or more. Now enjoy the ultimate night's sleep for only $19.95. Order in the next 10 minutes and will also include this washable cover absolutely free. Enjoy the best night's sleep you've ever had or return it for a full refund. The Contour Pillow is now available. Order now. For Western, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-841-6767. Just $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling. Don't be fooled by imitation. Order the original Contour Pillow now. Call 1-800-841-6767. Excuse me, John. I don't know who's calling already. Hang on. Hello?
Good evening. I'm calling with some great news. You want a fabulous ride. I'm just need your credit card number to verify the details. Then I'll tell you all about it.
They may sound friendly, but many telemarketers are not your friends. A new law from the Federal Trade Commission regulates telemarketing calls. Telemarketers may call only between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. They must tell you that they're selling something and who is doing the selling. If it's a sweepstakes or prize promotion, they must tell you the odds of winning and that you don't have to buy anything or make a payment to win. And they're not allowed to call you back if you ask them not to. I'm sorry, I never buy anything on the phone unless I know the company. And I don't know you. Goodbye now. Hello, John. Sorry. I'm so glad there's that new law about telemarketing calls. The FTC reminds consumers that anyone with a phone can be a victim of a scamming telemarketer. If you have doubts about an offer, don't give your credit card or bank account number until you check it out and get it in writing. A message from the FTC.
USA Radio Network News, this is Ron Jenkins. The question in Quito, Ecuador this hour, who's in charge here anyway? President of the country was impeached. Several people seem to think they're in control now. Here's USA's Ken McHarg in Quito.
3 people are claiming to be president of the country. Abdullah Bucaram was removed from office Thursday night by the Congress, which elected his leader Fabian Alarcon as president. Later, Vice President Rosalia Arteaga signed a decree proclaiming herself as president. And Bucaram is holed up in the presidential palace, refusing to recognize the congressional action. Thousands took to the streets to celebrate the impeachment vote following 2 days of the general strike which brought the country to a standstill. Ken McHarg, USA Radio News, Quito, Ecuador.
President Clinton unveiled his federal spending budget for fiscal 1998 Wednesday. It's a $1.69 trillion package he says will achieve balance by the year 2002. GOP budget experts say there are acceptable aspects of the budget. White House spokesman Mike McCurry comments.
We're expected that there would be criticism, but the important thing for the president is that there's been no dismissal of his budget proposal as it's actually been on arrival.
Monty Long will have more on the budget later in this cast. Vice President Al Gore, several high U.S. officials will hold a second day of meetings with Russian Prime Minister Viktor Chernomyrdin in Washington today. This is USA Radio News. We have a dangerous situation going on in our nation's energy market. As when it sweeps across America, digging its deadly path to destruction, our nation's heating oil supplies have dwindled to 25-year lows. So, this is a dangerous situation. Heating oil is a necessity, not a luxury. Many respected analysts feel that higher prices are in store for heating oil. There is a fear that the refineries will not be able to produce enough heating oil to go around. The professionals at Cambridge can show you how to capitalize on higher heating oil prices. Call 1-800-789-1230, 1-800-789-1230, and learn how $5,000 invested can leverage $150,000 worth of this precious commodity. Each one penny moved in option value equals a $2,100 return. That performance not necessarily indicative of future results. We've seen heating oil prices move as much as 30 cents in just a month. For a detailed energy report and a free blue book on investing, call 1-800-789-1230. 1-800-789-1230. That's toll free 1-800-789-1230 today. Officials in Tulsa, Oklahoma have arrested a 15-year-old boy, charging him with carrying out 3 attacks at an abortion clinic in the city. Reproductive Services Clinic was attacked with firebombs twice in January, and somebody broke into the place this past Sunday and shot up medical equipment inside. U.S. Attorney Steve Lewis said they haven't decided yet whether to try the boy as an adult.
Complaint has been filed against the 3 offenses of damaging a public building, mainly by use of explosives, device, use of a firearm connected to a violent crime, and possessing a firearm by a juvenile.
Federal Aviation Administration officials said there was a close call in the skies above New Jersey Wednesday. They say a New York-bound Pan Am flight operated by Nations Air nearly collided with 2 Air Force F-16s about 70 miles east of Atlantic City. Officials say the Boeing 727 was forced to dive and climb suddenly to avoid a mid-air crash. All 3 planes landed safely without injury. This is USA Radio News.
If you're overweight, the Catabolic Diet is the most effective, unbelievable program ever created based on over 100 foods that remove calories from your body. Did you know that every food that enters your body requires various body organs such as liver, spleen, stomach, digestive juices to complete digestion? For example, an ordinary piece of cake that has 300 calories may require 25 calories to complete digestion.
So if I need you to run out of town, call 1-800-557-3588. USA's Connie Long joins us now with a complete wrap on President Clinton's budget proposals for the next fiscal year.
It is a far cry from last year when budget differences were so great the government was shut down. Now President Clinton vows he can compromise with the Republicans on key budget issues.
There are still differences between the parties about how we should do this, but I am convinced those differences can be bridged.
Republicans say they may propose their own budget, one with deeper cuts, lower taxes, and a constitutional amendment mandating a balanced budget. Connie Long, USA Radio News, the White House.
Former President Ronald Reagan spent his 86th birthday much like any other Wednesday at the office. The giver was serenaded by a children's choir and received a gift of cookies from the Girl Scouts. He also had a quiet celebration later with his family at home. Ron Jenkins on the USA Radio Network.
My name is Dr. Roseanne Benjamin. and I'm going to share with you an important bit of information that can help you turn your life around, help you recapture the pleasure you used to enjoy in life. Like most of us, from time to time, we suffer feelings of stress, anxiety, and the blues. You wish you had someone to talk to, someone who's been there, someone you could talk with about anything. Simply call the number I'm going to give you and talk over your problem in confidence with a licensed therapist. 8 hours a day and night, 7 days a week, right now if you want to. The cost is $3.95 a minute, charged to your credit card. Reach out to us when you need us. Interactive counseling. Here for you now. Live by phone. Call 1-800-414-2846 for your private counseling. 1-800-414-2846. That's 1-800-414-2846.
This is an encore presentation of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. You're listening to Art's July 29th interview with telephone hacker Captain Crunch. And now, back to the best of Art Bell.
Physician's choice. Too many trips to the bathroom, loss of sex drive, libido. Well, those are two symptoms associated with an enlarged prostate. And there is surgery, but short of that, there is Dr. Michael Swinsky's Physician's Choice Super Prostate Formula, made of natural things, so to speak, of all the things he found, in fact, clinically proven in its practice to affect the size of the prostate, therefore, of course. The deal is straightforward. You buy 2 bottles, you get a third free, so you then have a 3-month supply. If the symptoms are not relieved, you get your money back. Period. The number is 1-800-249-6060. That's 1-800-249-6060. Microtech, they are developing SMR, Specialized Mobile Radio. Brilliant for some time. To the degree now that it's already built in New York, LA, Houston, Austin, Detroit, and many more cities. But listen, they are offering their last site now to investors. So, if you think you might be interested, because the door is closing. There is some risk, and that's why it's called sitting risk. However, they say for a minimum of $8,700 stock in there, you could get back $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 or more, plus a yearly income for the rest of your life, and be part of your IRA or retirement plan. So write the number down. Better yet, on the plate. 1-800-444-1049. That's 1-800-444-1049. Back now to the captain. Are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent, Captain. Here we go. First time caller line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm from Hawaii.
From Hawaii.
Yeah.
All right.
My question had to do with red boxes and open trees.
All right.
I was wondering, I was using a red box, and I was wondering if you think they can see what is in the conversation all the time.
You mean, are people using the boxes?
I mean, anytime.
Oh, anytime. We've kind of just covered that. The answer was sort of probably yes. I mean, if there were...
Well, a lot of those calls now are being handled automatically, so it's probably a lot less likely now than before.
Yeah. Captain, listen to this. It probably says it pretty well. This is for you. Sadly, it is very cutthroat today. Everyone is egotistical, vengeful, and doing or saying the wrong thing, and the team can get you in great heaps of trouble. It's almost like street gangs in a sense. One group trying to take control of the NPA. But it's not too hard to separate the men from the boys. Let me tell you, the ones that talk the most are the least dangerous. It's the ones that you don't hear. The ones that wouldn't touch IRC 2600 with a 10-foot pole. That's where the concern ought to be, not these kids talking about boxes, making phones ring and free calls. I try to be humble. But when I hear these guys today putting down one of the pioneers, like the Captain, it bugs me a bit. Phone freaking is wonderful, to put it bluntly, but it's not meant for loose lips. And Captain, I was delighted when I turned on Art tonight and heard you. Captain, you are a legend. Say what you will. I understand completely, but you've got your fans.
Yeah, well, like they said, you know, that loose lips. I remember an old World War II slogan, loose lips spaceship.
That's right. That's right. Or this, Captain, do you know anything about a modem device called the modem jammer? He says, I understand the principle, but I don't believe it really works. Is there such a thing as a modem jammer? I've never heard of it.
Modem jammer?
Yeah. You have to be. Okay. All right. Let us move ahead here. Wildcard Line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
Where are you, sir?
Madison, Wisconsin.
All right.
I was just wondering, I've heard some rumors that you developed the Tronbox. I was in there going through.
The Tronbox? Can you fill me in on what that does?
I guess you probably didn't make it sense. It's used to cool the electric company.
Oh, okay.
And we use the electric.
No, I'm afraid I can't take credit for that.
And the last caller.
What?
The last caller.
Yeah.
What about him?
I forgot what I was going to say.
All right. Well, you blank out sometimes. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you calling from, please?
612, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
All right. Everybody's giving us area code.
This is Lakeita from Column 2600.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
Former Blue Boxer.
Former, of course,
after small trouble.
You too, huh?
No. Well, I didn't get it, but the question is here. You get this straight here, you're Captain, you were the one that had a little fun with the whistle, that hit the proper tone.
Yep, then little fun with the Blue Box, and not as much fun with the FBI.
I just am having an odd thought here. You blast the tone on the whistle, correct, and then how do you get out of your KP and your SP and your C tones?
No, we're not going to give instructions on the radio.
Well, kind of instructions.
Yes, it is true. No, we're not going to do that. We're discussing this in a very general way, not a specific way. The captain doesn't answer email. How do you expect him to answer on the radio here, national radio, about things he ought not to talk about? Right, Captain?
Well,
that is right, isn't it?
Well, the thing, I mean, I get a lot of people answer these questions on my email, right? If you want to email me the question, I can probably answer it to some extent.
Lordy. All right,
but the thing is, you know, all of this information that I'm giving is already published in public channels.
Well, then one easy way for you to do this without sticking your neck out would be to reference them to certain.
That's what I do.
Publications.
That's what I do, and in fact, even when people email me, I'll sometimes often refer them to a website that's got the information.
So while you're not really doing this anymore, Captain, it's not totally fair to say that you lost all interest in it, is it?
No, it's a little hard to lose interest. It's surrounded by millions of people that are interested.
Yes, I do understand. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you, please?
I'm in Phoenix.
Phoenix, Arizona. All right.
And if I get a contact, I'm an operator for the phone company.
Oh, my goodness.
I was just wondering, when he first started talking about, when the captain started talking about the blue box that began in 1972, now many people were talking about the red box. Did the name change? Is it the same thing or is it different?
Let me give you the difference. Okay, as an operator, you know that you handle coin calls.
Right.
And they put coins in the phone. They do little beep, 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 beep. Right? Well, those little beep, 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 beep can also be generated by the red box.
That's called red box. Okay, because we do have that code that we put in if it's just the red box.
What's that?
If we think it's a red box, there's a code that we put in.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And
they're aware of that.
security officer.
Because operators, we can tell that.
Oh, they can?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we're not really collecting the coins, and they think we are, so we kind of trick them into,
Yeah, and operators are instructed to let the call go through, is that right?
Yeah, if it sounds like it's legitimate and we really can't prove it to ourselves, we have to let it go through, yeah.
Yeah, but then...
There's no way to really know.
We suspect it, you just punch
We
in
suspect it, we have a way we do it, and I don't want to say it, but
you punch in a code.
code it and it's exactly.
Since you're an operator, Linda, it's great to have you here with us. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
How much of this, Linda, in modern day, do you think is going on?
Every day.
Really?
Every day. Not just the red box coins, that kind of stuff goes on all the
I'm
time.
surprised they still work, Linda.
Huh?
I'm surprised they still
It
work.
does, it's all on overseas, lots of overseas calls. And also, we get, I don't know how they do it, this is kind of really strange to me that they access somehow into hookers, and then they go, and they get a free line, and then we can play calls for them anywhere, and we think that we're doing it to them, but we have no way of knowing really where they're calling from. Wow. And they do that all the time, that's,
Oh, yeah.
it happens, I get it all the time. It's amazing.
Have you been with the phone company for a long time, Linda?
16 years.
Well, that's a long time. Well, is this kind of thing on the increase, or is there less of it?
It's on the increase.
Yeah.
That's why it's so interesting to me to listen to him, the originator of it from way back then, and it's still going on. And there's,
Does the name Captain Crunch get brought up occasionally in the phone company?
No, I've never heard that. No.
Yeah, probably in smoke-filled rooms.
Yeah, really. First of all, I'm not there.
Well, Linda, it's wonderful that you called. Any other questions for the captain?
No, I think that's about it.
That's it, huh? All right, thank you, Linda.
Okay, bye.
Take care. There's a 602 area code operator. That's amazing. She said there's more going on now, Captain.
Well, what can I say?
I'm shocked. Shocked to the quick. I mean, I thought this kind of thing with modern technology for the phone company today was basically a thing of the past.
I mean, it's so easy, technically, to stop that boxes from working.
The phone company needs you.
Yeah. And I'm appalled to find some of these techniques people are using still work.
I'm appalled, too. And that they do. I mean, you could save them millions of dollars. Now, the phone company can contact you through your website, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can assure you there are people on high listening right now. So the captain is without job, right?
Yeah, I'm constantwell.com to send an email and talk about it.
All right, well, and to get there, you can go to my website and jump to his. We've got that in there now. It's www.artbell.com. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hi, I had a question and a comment.
All right, where are you?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
I wondered if the captain was in LA or knows of the old party line before the 976 came in. They were called those hobo UFOs.
I heard something about that.
They had like a busy signal going on, but everybody was calling in to talk to each other. This is early 80s.
Was this like where they talked over the busy signal?
Yeah. But then somebody was always monitoring, calling up and saying, well, if you're not going to talk, clear the line. And that was going on, but I just wondered if he was around that time. My comment was also about AT&T. I had tried to let them know I had a skill of possibly crashing a certain new system that they were putting together.
Oh, no.
And, I wanted to test it, so I called up AT&T and they gave me a New Jersey address, a phone number in New Jersey. About people in New Jersey got carted around about 5 different names and people, and then they wound up sending me over to Dallas. They called up Dallas. Another 5 people transferred me over, and then they said, well, write a letter to our personnel department and tell us what your services that you can do, and if we're looking for something like that, we'll call you. So yeah, and they're going to say, let's find somebody who can crash our system. Go to the file.
Actually, that's a very important service. Don't underrate that service. I would think they'd be very interested in it. Thank you. That's why I think they ought to give a captain a job after all these years. Captain Crunch working for the phone company. I mean, it would even be a good PR thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you here, too.
Oh, and I appreciate that.
First time caller line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hi, Art. I'd like to ask the captain, I was back in the 70s, I was doing this too.
Sure, where are you, sir?
I'm calling from San Francisco.
You sound too young to have been doing that in the 70s.
Well, thanks, but I'm 48.
Oh, wow.
So, I was doing that, and we heard rumors that he was actually moved the satellite, and we tried to duplicate that, and we were never able to do it, and we didn't know if it was true or not.
That who was moved the satellite?
That, Captain Crunch moved the communication satellite.
Oh, I'm afraid not.
You didn't do that?
No.
They really would have hated that happen.
Oh, I'm sure they would. And I would never have done that, even if I knew how.
You would never have done it.
No.
I mean, the
I wish I
temptation,
would do that.
the incredible temptation of being able to move something in space wouldn't tempt you.
Not if it was disrupt a lot of things. Of course not.
What about if it's just disrupted like HBO and Showtime and all that? East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Where are you calling from, please?
Kansas City.
Kansas City, yes, sir.
Hey, John. Hey, Art.
Hi.
John might actually remember me. I sent him a car with a couple of years back.
You sent him a car window?
Yeah.
Oh, your name again?
Vance.
Oh, yeah, hi, Vance. How you doing?
Hey, great. Just up the month,
Sir, can I go in and ask why you would send the captain a car window?
Because he had access to a car, a window that was very hard to get. And in Kansas City, you get car parts there.
Oh.
That you can't get here.
All right, I'm sorry. I wanted to know. Go ahead, sir.
and somebody busted out the captain's window, and we couldn't get one there. Anyway, I thought our audience might be very interested in the toilet paper crisis story.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's on the website.
No, but it's,
Yeah, tell us.
right from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, indeed. But first of all, let's not. What do you mean toilet paper?
Okay. There was this, I was scanning the Washington, D.C. 800 prefix. Looking and picking up the ring number I could find in Washington, D.C.
You're on the air in Washington, D.C. right now. Remember that thing.
And we found a number where this person answered the phone in a very obnoxious way. He was very rude to me. When I asked him what company we reached, and he said, he huffed and puffed and said, you reached the company. He started being very hostile toward me verbally.
I see.
And so,
Mistreating the captain.
well, I was a little confused why anybody would want to do that when they have an 800 number. Back then, 800 numbers were used for companies. The companies had 800 numbers, and they used them primarily to sell things.
Right.
And why would somebody have a public number
And be rude.
and be so rude to somebody?
Understood.
So I had somebody else call back the number, and a social engineer tell this party that we called that we were the white fleet and switching office. We were having some translation problems into that number. What number have we reached? And the man said, you reached the White House. And it turns out to have been the CIA crisis line into the White House, the number that the CIA uses to contact the president.
Well, then no wonder they weren't. So then what?
Well, what happened then? During a party, that number was just one of many numbers that I collected, and somebody said, "What's this?" Oh, that's the White House. And he said, "Can I have it?"
You said, hey, sure. Here you go. So in other words,
well, we often traded numbers. So I said, "Where did you get the trade?" So it turned out that the person who had the number, we were at this party, and he used the verify line to position it on the his code name was for the president.
Oh my God.
And
What was his thing?
Olympus.
Olympus? That was during which administration?
Nixon.
Nixon. So Nixon was Olympus, and you had the phone number, and you could listen in on space. So now, where does toilet paper come into this?
Well, I was at a party with about 300 people, and one of the persons took the number and called it, and asked for Olympus. Now, I was in the other room at the time, and one guy ran in and got me into the room and said, "Come here, listen to this." And this fellow was walking in, and he was saying, "Sir, we're in the middle of a national crisis, sir." To the president. I said, "What's the national crisis?" He said, "Sir, we're out of toilet paper." He hung up. I put that on my website, so you'll read it in there.
You tell me they actually got Richard Nixon on the phone?
Well, it sounded like him.
Yeah.
And although I didn't catch all of the dialogue, which was like the best of us.
Yeah.
We were all just together at this party, and it was down in L.A.
Well, think of these as the good old days.
Yeah.
Lisa B. Rocky's trying to hear what's happening. Hello.
Yes, Art.
Yes, where are you, please?
Area code 615, Big FM.
Where's that, please?
Middle Tennessee.
All right.
Hey, I'd be interested in knowing if the captain can help us understand what these services like America Online and CompuServe can read back off of your computer. For example, can they read any information off your hard drive?
Yeah, a lot of people want to know about that, this cookie thing.
Yeah. In fact, I've been getting a lot of email on that last couple of days. I'm not exactly sure how all this stuff works. I haven't really investigated it myself, and I know that other people have claimed. So the cookie thing is this thing where, I don't know exactly the details, but when you have a website, and somebody asks you to your website, you have the website is your files on your website are stored on the server.
Right.
And when you make a connection with the server, you run this program called the CGI program, and it's a program that runs on the server, not on the client. And it sends back various different things to your client in that state program.
So in other words, what it's doing, to cut it short here, is that the website is actually making inquiries and getting information from your computer. Do you believe that is going on, John?
Well, I don't really see how that can happen.
I don't either. I've wondered about the same thing, and yet it seems as though people keep saying that it's going on. There's a lot of accusations
Well, you
going on.
never can really tell what kind of queries are taking place on some of these connections.
Yeah, that's true.
You have 19 connections.
Captain, hold on. We're at the bottom there. We'll be right back, all right?
Okay, yeah.
Well, my guest is Captain Clark, otherwise known as John Draper. He's done his time. We'll be right back. This is CBC. This is our show for Dreamland. Coming up this week, Robert G. author of West Virginia UFOs. What's going on in the Mountain States? You'll find out close encounters in the Mountain States. Coming up this week, right here on Dreamland. Because you may be paid hundreds or even thousands of dollars peanuts for your life insurance. You may not know it, but the premiums for the same level of coverage can differ once from company to company, and you can save big by shopping around.
Well, there's an organization called Best Sports, and they'll do the shopping for you for free. They compare rates from over 150 of the country's highest rated insurance companies. When you call their toll-free number, they'll send you a free, no-obligation comparison of the 5 policies that represent the best value for you. Just listen to me. At my age of 40, I bought a $250,000 term life policy for less than $17 a month. That's less than half of the other quotes I have. That quote saved me a bundle. To get your free comparison, call Best Sports 24-hour toll-free number now. Dial 1-800-367-3344. 1-800-367-3344. Coverage is available in most states. Call 1-800-367-3344 now. White Sox, each with a communication Monday through Friday on Block Radio Network. Select you built the right for now. Piece of your White Sox, Monday through Friday on Block Radio Network. The right to protect White Sox, now on Block Radio Network. White Sox, ERN, you better listen. Here's Jackie. White Sox, Monday through Friday, Block Radio Network. And like the music, White Sox, he's waiting for you. Monday through Friday on Block Radio Network. Be your homework. White Sox will test you on Block Radio Network. Hi, this is Edward James Almost, and as an actor, I've had many important roles, but none as important as the role that Shriners play in the lives of living states. Over 500,000 kids with orthopedic and burn problems have been helped, totally free of charge, at 22 Shriners hospitals. If you know a child under 18 with Shriners Hospital can help, call this toll-free number. Shriners help kids get back on their feet.
Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. 1-800-237-5055.
Do you know what the word angel means? Angel means messenger. Hi, I'm Gary McClure, founder of Heaven on Earth, and we're in the business of sending messages of love. I started a company to bring people of all ages a sense that there is someone watching over them. Heaven on Earth produces cuddly angel dolls that you can send to a special person anywhere in the world, and it's called Angelgram. Our sweet, fortunate Angelgram doll Angelica comes with a beautiful white dress, fluffy wings, and a golden halo and pendant. Angelgram makes the perfect gift for birthdays, christenings, holidays, or to welcome home the new mother and baby. And you can personalize Angelgram with your own special message. With your purchase, you donate a portion of proceeds to children's charities throughout the world. So brighten the day of someone you love by ordering Angelgram today.
To order your Angelgram for only $29.95. That number is 1-800-552-ANGEL. This is Nina Oaks with a personal invitation for you to tune in every Saturday for Getting Personal from Talk Radio Network. We shall right to the heart of some very personal topics. The family, education, relationships, children, behavior problems, and their needs related to these issues. Join me for Getting Personal with Nina Oaks right here on TRN Talk Radio Network. Looking forward to talking with you.
Denzel Washington talks about the positive influence of the Boys and Girls Clubs. He's about 5'9" tall. Giant. Billy Thomas. He ran the Boys and Girls Club where I grew up. Now that today is different. Young people face problems I never even had to think about. That's why now, more than ever, we need the Boys and Girls Club. The positive place thousands of people. Why you Billy Thomas help young people succeed? Does it work?
Sometimes how far you go in life depends on who you can over your shoulder. For Denzel Washington, it was Billy Thomas. Today, more than 2 million kids receive the valuable support they need from the counselors of the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Support the Boys and Girls Clubs. The positive place for kids. Call 1-800-854-CLUB.
You're listening to an encore performance with Coast to Coast AM of ourselves.
You see our economy getting better or worse? With a small investment of your time, you can make it better for yourself. Commodities. Financial plumbing then gets the dirty word of the turning into about that, but with the right approach and attitude, commodities can really help. Ken Roberts has taught tens of thousands of people how to invest in commodities and manage your own money without depending on a broker or advice. It's simple. The way he does it, it's simple. He teaches you. You learn how to invest with a no-risk approach by doing it on paper only. Then when you know you're ready, you begin using the money. Simple offer too. Call 1-888-GOLD-KRC. That's 888-465-3572. Channel send you a free audio cassette titled Real People, Real Money, and a 44-page report that explains the whole thing. So call. No obligation, no cost here. 888-GOLD-KRC. And now the Beijing Radio. We're working on the last shipment for a while, folks. AM, FM, and 8 shortwave bands. In a radio that requires no batteries, not the battery can it use. There's no place you can put a battery. Doesn't plug into the wall, has a crank on the side. It's called a Bayless Clockwork Generator. It has received rave reviews from everybody who's reviewed it. CNN ran a couple of weeks ago an entire weekend's worth of stories on it. It's so revolutionary. It is from South Africa. By the way, it was developed for the third world that, frequently has no power or intermittent power. It is then the quintessential emergency radio because when you go to it 3 years later and you wind it, it works. No dead battery. It's obvious. The audio quality is excellent. The manufacturing is superb. It weighs 7 pounds. We will get it to you, shipping and handling included, presently, and until the shipment is gone, for $119.95. Trust me when I tell you, you should not wait. The number to call in the morning at 7:30 is 1-800-522-8863. The Sea Crane Company, again, at 1-800-522-8863. Back now to Captain Crunch. And Captain, are you still there?
Yeah.
I want to thank you for hanging in there so long.
Yeah, okay. Oh, great. No problem. No worries. Back earlier before the break, you asked me a question about reading files off of broken hard disks. That's a machine.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that during the break, and there's a couple comments I'd like to make on that.
All right, go.
When you connect your machine to the net, and use Netscape to go browse the web,
right,
you instigate what is called an IP socket to the internet itself. Now, the browser, like Netscape or Microsoft, custom version of it, has code that certainly knows how to go up there and read a hard disk and get addresses off the hard disk.
Right.
Okay, so in answer to your question, it's certainly absolutely possible to do that.
Right.
But the person writing the browser is going to have to, of course, have integrity to do that. Have integrity enough to do that.
Not.
Yeah. No, the point I'm making now is this. There's this new programming language out called Java. And Java is supposed to be secure, and it's supposed to keep and prevent people from injecting viruses that run on your computer. However, there have been numerous news reports of some security problems with Java. I don't know whether this has been resolved or not, and I don't know whether a new security leak will be discovered in the future.
All right, leave it there. I've got a lot of callers for you, Captain.
Go ahead and deal with it.
First time caller line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hey, my name's Mark. I'm calling from Hilo, Hawaii.
Hilo, Hawaii, the Big Island.
Yeah, this is State 3. Barely picked up with my Sea Crane selected test.
Where I live near Hilo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a frequent, I search the net a lot, check out on the website, and I was going to ask you about PGP encryption.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're familiar with, is the U.S. has any state regulations that have made encryption more like unsafe and introduced an international version of PGP? I'm trying to understand how it works.
All right, what's safe, in other words?
Well, okay. There are several different versions of TCP. There are U.S. domestic versions which are not allowed to be exported.
Really?
That's right. Our government has seemed to think that encryption is classified as a weapon. And a lot of companies that get licenses export cryptography software for handling credit card transactions and things like that actually have to become a weapons dealer legally in order for them to be able to have the ability to, or the permission to sell this kind of technology over. Now, TCP was originally written and developed overseas. And in that case, a lot of the type encryption, these are earlier versions of TCP, 2.3, I think, and one of them are 2.1 or 2.2. In that range.
Do they have varying degrees of safety? That's really the question.
Yeah, the earlier versions of TCP I would trust more because I would tend to believe they would probably use the IKEA cipher method which was developed in Europe. I would have much more trust in that.
What you're really saying, when you read between these lines, you're saying that the later versions of TCP, in your opinion, might have been designed to seem safe.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to love this call, Captain. West Milwaukee, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Who is this, please?
This is Seven.
Seven?
My name is brought up a few times tonight.
Your name has been mentioned. Seven. You recognize this person, Captain?
Oh, yeah.
What seven do you have for the Captain?
I'm a San Francisco Bay resident, currently on the road, calling out of Denver, Colorado. I don't have access to the radio shows this time.
Yes, you do. Kay Howe in Denver. 6:30 on the dial.
6:30 on the dial. Yep, we're only doing it in a few hours.
All right.
Now, I believe there's an issue brought up about a television parent vendor in a San Francisco area station who doesn't have it.
Somebody mentioned it, yes.
And I don't know what that issue was, but I was basically heard about a lot of people that should call in.
Okay. Well, you're on. So, what did you say on that TV show?
The television show was produced by Anthony Moore to basically try to get a fair shake to the hackers area that's been covered in the past couple of years.
Right.
And he basically wanted to talk to what people are on the inside traffic of the ground, people have been around a while and such things, to see if that perception by the public is actually reality or if it's a bad deal, bad shape. You know, they want those guys who've been around his life and maybe live over half those people in the San Francisco Bay Area, and he's one of them, and try to dispel some of the myth that shows the reality of hacking.
Okay, well,
we aren't all bad people, that we don't all out there go through people's email, destroy people's files, steal proprietary information, and
tell me,
an issue with that.
Seven, describe the difference between a good hacker and a bad hacker. The bad hacker obviously destroys email, blah, blah, blah. What is a good hacker?
A good hacker is someone who understands the technology they have deployed in the foundation of the internet, the different tools that are available to them, the programming languages, has a fair understanding of it, has the ability to explore the limits of the technology. In other words, not doing what they're told to do, but exploring the boundaries, maybe finding some new uses for the internet. Actually being a productive member of the internet community and providing new uses for the internet. That's what you can say where it is now. Hoping that someone else comes along and develops something. For example, the hackers have done is created the World Wide Web. That was created by hackers because their exploration and knowledge of the internet were able to put two and two together and form a new use for it. That's kind of thing to happen. There are good hackers out there are bad ones, obviously.
In the same way that I'm a ham operator, and ham operators early in electronics developed a lot of things that contributed to national security and the advancement of electronics generally.
Yes.
So the amateurs dump it in the laps of the pros.
Amateurs dump it in the laps of the pros. Some more high different motivations. And it all comes down to the individual effort.
Well, Kevin, what is your take on Captain Crunch as a legendary beginning hacker?
Captain Crunch, I think, was the one that brought Freetown basically to the masters. He was the one that basically brought us to the masters. He wasn't by far the first three. He was this guy who went to the telephone.
No, but one of the grandmasters, right?
One of the grandmasters, yes. He did bring him out to the masters. He was the one that took you underground technology, or basically in the hands of select few, and showed everyone out there. It's like, hey, make a fit. here's something you can then learn about, exploit, learn something from, and I have respect for him in the past, in that fact, despite what he may think, I have respect for him in that aspect, but he did great in that.
All right, Captain, do you have any big problem with 7? He said pretty nice things about you.
Not a problem.
No?
Yeah, I think there's been some communication between us, but I don't feel like ill will towards him to respect the fact that kind of essentially just got to have some plans.
Oh, really, Captain, do you have a sample?
Let's get together and quick sometime and we'll talk it over coffee, huh?
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Pete, gentlemen, Pete. All right, take care, 7. Thank you. Bye. The famous or infamous commercial with 7. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Yes, I had a couple questions for Mr. Crunch.
Oh, sorry, that's Captain.
So I'm second Crunch.
Where are you?
I'm in Duluth, Minnesota.
All right.
Are you familiar with the so-called ARAD movement, HPAC, on the internet? The ARAD movement. Not exactly.
What is that?
Oh, this is also like my little theory about the Atlanta bombing. Basically, it's people that believe that you can solve a lot of problems by like blowing stuff up. Mostly it's like little teenagers running around proclaiming anarchy and all this crap. But I don't know. I just wondering if you're like.
No, but that really is the dilemma. Thank you. That really is the dilemma. That's
something I want to get involved with.
Yeah, but we do have a lot of these little bastards running around, as you said, thinking that it's cool to blow things up and kill people. And, this is going to bring everybody on the net, and everybody, I'm sure, in circles you run in, Captain, is scared to death that the government's coming in and slamming down the big hammer of oppression. But, if things continue the way they are...
I'm afraid it's going to turn into that.
But
that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, that's what we all ought to be afraid of.
Exactly.
And so, I guess to me, the difference between a good hacker and a bad hacker is a good hacker who heard of somebody who was planning to do something really awful like that, they'd turn him in.
Yeah.
Wildcard Line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hi.
How you doing, Art?
All right, where are you?
Fresno, California.
Yes, sir.
Well, I was kind of curious. I had a couple of questions, but the first one was something that I had heard, and I'm just wondering if you guys have heard anything about it. You were talking about the supercomputer the government might have or developing, the Cap line, and I had heard that they are preparing some kind of computer that will, or maybe it's even in existence now, that will key in on certain words over all the phones, all the phones in the, I don't know, maybe in the country, and then they'll anticipate at certain words.
No,
that was already brought up earlier.
Yeah, it absolutely must exist because they've got the study project that can look at billions of frequencies, so you can be damn sure they've got something.
Well, it's totally possible to do.
Yeah.
And then another thing too, a while back I had heard, I was looking at your program, Art, and there was some guy on there, and you gave his phone number out. It was a kid that had the Transformers, probably some time ago, that sold the Transformers.
Madman Markham.
Yeah, you don't see it?
Yeah.
Anyhow,
you know what? I talked to Madman Markham earlier today.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. He has this giant diesel generator now. And I think Madman's getting close to going into another dimension. I'm going to have him on the air. Don't laugh.
Well, I know, but he's not going to get in trouble yet, is he?
No, because he's got now this giant generator. So he says, I'm disconnected from the power company, and what I do is up to me. And he's right, but I'm sure he's going to step through it.
Okay, huh?
So I want to get him on before he,
Well, I had called him. He put his number on the air, and I called him up, and he told me about this. Well, yeah, I guess there's a code to find out if you're being tapped. Do you know about that code?
Yes, I do. And I can't discuss it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thank you for the call. There is, Captain, are you aware there is a number you can call that will tell you with a signal, sort of, I don't even want to describe it actually, yes. 3 different signals to tell whether you're being tapped locally, or regionally or federally.
I haven't really heard of this. I did see some surprised.
I know about something you don't then.
I wouldn't. No, I said I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there is such a thing. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hello, this is Mike here at Area 808.
What does all that mean?
That's Hawaii.
Hawaii, yes. I'm sorry, area code 8. Everybody's giving their area code.
It's ineffable.
Okay,
Very appropriate.
Hello, Captain. And
What island are you on?
I'm on Oahu, I'm in very briefly, I work at a small hotel here, and we had 3 weeks ago, I had a meeting with the general manager, and he was ranting and raving. It's a small hotel, so there's only one person that staffs the front desk and does everything. Answers phones, checks your blinks, checks out, concierge, right? You get real busy. So the general manager was walking around and he's waving this phone bill in his hand. And he's just pissed. I mean, he's really mad. And so what he said is that there's a scam going on, and people are calling in and getting to a room in the hotel and talking the person in the room to taking the phone off the hook and leaving it off the hook. And he says what happens is, at that point, they can then call around the world, and he shows us the phone bill, and it was 3 separate calls on the same day to Vietnam, totaling $870.
You know, I've heard of this. Have you, Captain?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, he described it as being a box.
Yeah.
I put a cheese box on this line.
A what?
And I call it a cheese box.
Cheese box.
Yeah, it just ties 2 lines together.
Well, we got mail. Sorry.
Did the phone company make good? I mean, or did they?
I actually didn't hear that part. Well, you know, the operator earlier from 602 said that they don't really know, but, you know, I guess if you can prove that, I don't know.
Yeah, but thank you. She did say, though, that if they suspect, they let it go through, but they turn it over to security, is what she said. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah, like that person said, when she detects something funny going on, she just punches in a code.
And that nails the line?
I'm sure it identifies the line somehow.
Mark, as it were. First time caller line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the answer.
That's good.
Where are you?
I'm in Royal Colorado. You know, Dave?
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, I've been trying to get on hotel's webpage from American Online.
Yes.
And I connected there first couple times, and now I'm getting a message back saying that the server is...
Yes, we understand. It's a problem with America Online. Our webpage is up, but AOL is having some kind of problem connecting to it.
Oh, they're saying it's you.
Well, they'll get it worked out. It'll be all okay soon. All right?
Yeah.
All right, sir.
What about, I'm not to try to get pictures to copy curve, and they have the same damn problem. I think that you just...
Yeah, I got a call from the person who runs my webpage earlier, and he said there's a widespread problem going on right now. And it may still be going on.
Well, you know, maybe there's so many people trying to get on the webpage right now that it's like overloading the server.
Yeah, that's entirely possible, Captain. That's happened many times to us. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hi.
Hey, this is Rick, 602 KFYI in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, I'd like to ask the captain, you always advertise this digital phone, 900 megahertz.
That's right.
How foolproof is that? It's being tested.
It's a good question, Captain. Well, we have a digital, let me preface this. We do have a fully digital phone. I mean, at 900 megahertz. This thing is totally digital. If you listen to it on a scanner, it's nothing but white noise.
Red spectrum?
Yeah. And it's,
that's pretty hard to catch.
Yeah, but still, they can tap your phone at the central office, right?
Yeah, but it's more or less a software tap.
Exactly. So it gives you privacy with regard to people sitting with scanners or other portable phones, baby monitors, or any of that baloney.
Right.
You don't hear anything. It's just white noise.
Right.
Not even huge. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Captain Crunch. Hello.
Hi, RMP.com.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, Commander Keyboard here.
Commander Keyboard. Where are you, sir?
I'm calling from Las Vegas,
All right.
and just trying to get through on your Vivian line. Are you still using that?
I don't have it up at the moment.
Okay, that was a really exciting program, and I'm one of the beta testers out here.
Yes, sir. We'll get it up again.
Okay, anybody got into my site yet?
Yes, I have. I just went there and sent you an email.
Okay, and you're from Las Vegas?
Yeah. So I hope I'm one of you.
.com?
Yeah. CBE.
I will check your email tomorrow when I check in.
Yeah, I hope I'm one of your 20 people that can sign up for your internet service guide and web page construction.
Yeah, good. Well, that's cool.
So anyway, Captain, I feel that you're more of a colonel now than a captain.
See, I've been promoted.
And I did go up to your webpage. I couldn't access your webpage on AOL. And tried chatting with people briefly in the grassy knoll. Got off the AOL and went on. I had 5 different servers. I'm trying them out, and I have unlimited access with anyone. And
Yeah, I'm hearing the problem is with AOL.
I use AOL because you can have 5 email addresses
Right.
and up to 2 megs of web storage space for each address.
If you say any more, it'll constitute an advertisement.
Okay. Well, we need to start artcell.com.
Yeah, that's it.
So anyway, I accessed your PageGuard from my other server. It works just fine.
Right.
A little bit slow on some of the pages, with images,
Right.
even 14.4.
Oh.
But I would suggest that anybody go to web crawler and pull up, I typed in Captain Crunch for search. And I got, because I didn't quite catch the web page address or, I couldn't hyperlink to it.
Well, this search engine will find it with that.
Oh, found it pretty easily.
Yeah, okay.
And, so,
I got myself listed in about 15 or 20 different databases.
yeah, so you're the Crunch man.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, the question.
And, so browse that page and everything. And,
Pretty good stuff.
excellent. I'm going to go back up there and read the Esquire article right now.
All right. Well, listen, thank you for the call, Captain. We're at the end of the hour. I'll tell you, I got one more hour show. If you don't have anything to do, I'll keep
What time is it now?
It's 3 o'clock almost.
So we got one more hour to go?
Yeah, why not? Can you do it? You can do it, Captain. Yeah. Stay right there.
Tune in Friday night, Saturday morning when Chancellor Broadcasting Company presents the best of Art Bell, featuring Art's most recent interviews made to Ed Days on remote viewing. That's tomorrow night on the best of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. I just can't understand about the Ram putting out a Spring Dragon. We all know it's fun to rock and roll and party. If you're going to drink, please don't drive. Plan ahead and choose a designated driver. Music lives and so should you. Don't drink and drive. Let somebody else do the driving.
Brought to you by this station and the National Association of Broadcasters. I want you to listen carefully, because you may be paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars too much for your life insurance. You may not know it, but the premiums for the same level of coverage can differ wide from company to company, and you can save big by shopping around. Well, there's an organization called Best Quote, and they do the shopping for you for free. They compare rates from over 150 of the country's highest rated insurance companies. When you call their toll-free number, they'll send you a free, no obligation comparison of the 5 policies that represent the best value for you. Just listen to this. At my age of 40, I bought a $250,000 term life policy for less than $17 a month. That's less than half of the other quotes I have. Best Quote saved me a bundle. To get your free comparison, call Best Quote's 24-hour toll-free number now. Dial 1-800-367-3344. 1-800-367-3344. Coverage available in most states. Call 1-800-367-3344 now.
I guess my brother and I were quite a handful growing up. Could have gotten him a lot of choices. But Mom, she had the time to make us feel important.
Today, there are more children in need of adult role models than ever before. So with Always Kids, we're dedicated to improving the way children grow up in the country. You can help.
Get involved in a child's life. Just not a monster. Okay, well, we're always here. Helping you make a difference.
USA Radio Network News, this is Ron Jenkins. Question in Ecuador, who's in charge? Abdallah Bucaram was impeached by the country's Congress late last evening by a vote of 44 to 34. USA's Ken McHarg in Quito, the capital city, said the move in the streets is a festive one. The people are celebrating to see Bucaram go, and the military has been called out.
The military has told the warring parties within the government that it will not intervene, but it has asked them to settle the dispute as soon as possible, and it has offered its services to mediate in the dispute.
The big question, who's in charge? The Congress named Fabian Abacon the president of the Congress, as interim president, until elections can be held. Later, however, Vice President Rosalia Arteaga signed a decree proclaiming herself as the president, and Bucaram is holed up in the presidential palace, refusing to recognize the impeachment as legal. He claims he's still in charge. President Clinton presenting his budget proposal for the fiscal year 1998 to the Congress. The move has prompted unusual responses from the Republican majority, including that the proposal is not dead on arrival. Concerned, White House spokesman Mike McCurdy said,
Best thing to do would be to take the president's budget proposal and work on it together in a bipartisan fashion, balance the budget, and then move to those more difficult long-term issues that surely we should address.
Clinton claims his budget proposal will result in a balanced budget by the year 2002. This is USA Radio News.
40 years and 4,200 bowls of Quaker instant oatmeal from now, mostly maple and brown sugar. Katie Ryan will be our 81st Secretary of State, and she will travel to 5 continents, defeating conflicts in 14 different travel fights. Quaker instant oatmeal. In a speech accepting a major international peace prize, Katie will say the same thing she says today. Quaker instant oatmeal. Oh, what those oats can do.
Grandpa, can I marry you?
Oh, honey, yes, so yeah. I could never keep up with you.
But Mom forgot why you didn't Ensure.
Ensure is complete balanced nutrition. Number one doctor recommended. With all the nutrients you need to help stay healthy, active, energetic. Besides, I'm sure you'll marry someone even more fun than you.
Well, will you at least come to the wedding?
Sure.